Well, so y'all know y'all live with Snapchat Queen and AI chatbot friends. And we still doing this puzzle piece breakdown, learning dialogue. And I'm back on my cousin Anton show. Y'all go check him out. The Millionaire Morning Show. Anton Daniels. Hey, I appreciate you, King, for your knowledge. But we're gonna learn a little dialogue. We're gonna listen to a little bit of the language, right? Because I want to break down some of these codes that they're using against the American people, right? That's why I have this video froze here, family. Because when they talking, you gotta pay attention to their codes, right? So let's break down some of these codes before we listen to the dialogue, right? So when you're talking about dialogue, right, sign language, right? That is language without speaking, right? So we see back here in the background, we got water, right? That means leave, right? Go somewhere, right? What they call it, jump ship, right? In this video, she's saying that her car was stalling out. The same stuff I've been describing to y'all that's been going on with my vehicle, with them following me around, tearing up my car, right? Now it's happening to them. So this is what they doing and how they coding as it's happening to them. Now they ready to jump ship, right? So she's inside of the boat, right? She has her blanket because she needs someone to cover her, right? And she has her pillow, right? She needs somewhere to stay because you got the fireplace in the back, right? She also need a rug, right? There's somebody to give her a welcoming, right? That's that welcoming act that they have. You got to look that up. The welcoming act, right? Where they welcome you in. That's when you go around your neighborhood and you see folks hanging them rugs outside. That's them letting them know that they are welcome into their home. They're welcome to come there and stay. This is how they've been rocking and rolling around the Americans, right? Now, you see that she's in a very nice house, right? Now, ever since the federal government program started getting cut back, now all of a sudden they saying, oh, we giving our cars back. Oh, you can have it back now. Oh, you can have the house, right? You gotta pay attention to how they moving, right? Because like I said, if it was given to them free, what do they care? It's like I'm going to the store, they pulling out knots of money. Well, we ain't need no food stamps. We got money, so baby, why is you up here on this internet talking about you ready to get violent if you got money in your pocket? You shouldn't even been able to qualify for that program if you can stand in front of me at this store and pull a knot of money out. Somebody else who really needed that should have been having that, baby, because you got a knot in your pocket, bragging about a knot being in your pocket, and you abusing a system that was helping people. Baby, that's a problem with you, not them. You wanting to live this lifestyle on the American people and the backs of people that's working, baby, is a problem. And now you ready to jump ship because you got to spend the money in your pocket. Right? Because she got the pocket open. She needs some money. Right? Because I told you this is a paperwork fight. Without them being able to get these federal funding, baby, that ship is sinking. She's underwater right now. She needs a float. But hold on, we're going to listen to Cousin for a second. We're going to listen to Cousin in these codes.
As millions of dollars pour into the Trump administration, a nearly record high number of cars are being repossessed as more and more Americans continue falling behind on their auto loan payments. This year, more than 7.5.
We're going to be live streaming today. This week, we doing stock.
No, we're not about to listen to that part. That's him marketing. But, and y'all check him out for his product. I ain't marketing nobody's stuff. Right now, we talking about this dialogue and breakdown of how they want the American money this bad, baby. A computer ain't gonna feed America, cuz. And that's the problem. They want to sit in front of these computers. You got 7.5 million people, right? We dealing with outside who don't want to pay some free money back. Hold on, family. Let me get to the juice.
For sale on there, and you can see the little thing for them to go back and back up the car and be able to pick it up. Repo Man booming right now. Repo Man booming right now. Booming right now.
Right. You hear the
Getting
dialogue.
all of the money. The tow truck companies is getting all of the money. 10.5 million cars will be assigned for repossession by the end of the year.
Now I'm gonna stop cussing right there. Now, family, let's do the breakdown of how many people that is 10.5 million people that done came into America living off a credit card system with the loans, right? That's why we outside seeing all these people with wrecked vehicles, right? Using it as an insurance scam at this point. This is where we seeing all these wrecked vehicles come from all of a sudden, right? Tearing up our vehicles, right? Because they got to give their cars back. Because they can't afford the loan that they took out on these vehicles. They never intended to pay these loans back. So now that job get passed around to who? The repo man. You all right? You keep saying the tow truck company, the tow truck company, the repo man, the tow truck company, right? The repo man, right? The same repo cars that they got following us, the same tow truck cars that they got following the Americans, right? Tearing up our vehicles, breaking them down on the highway for a tow truck to come pick them up, right? Stalling out the engines, right? Giving us that air gas, knowing goodness well it's not real gas in our vehicles, right? Look up the air gas stuff, family. I got some of that stuff up here. Y'all got to look these things up. These are the tactics they came in so they can live free, family.
Come get my car. Hold on, I got you.
Now, this is the part that's about to get funny.
To move. You know, God opened this door, this opportunity for you and your family to have a home and be blessed. And I'm still blessed.
Now, mind you, we're going to stop her right there. She said God gave them this opportunity, right, to come over here to be blessed. Listen to their wordplay. That were them boys over there across that water with them passports. Thought they were going to come here with this Section 8 and HUD system, right? Pack our country out with these folk cross that water with them cross the water deals. That's why they God to them, because if you've come from cross that water and somebody gave you a Section 8 voucher with all this, of course they will be your God, right? So, of course, her God was good to her, right? Because this is why she on the side of a ship, right? She in the ship telling God it's time for her to jump ship. She ain't got no money because here she covered up. She got the TV playing in the background. She got good God got her living in the country off federal tax money. This how good God was to them in that country to bring them over here. I told you this, that holy war they were talking about in that Bible. Where they went across that water and thought they were going to come over here and steal our stuff through our natural resources. This with them putting that microphone to their mouth. This how you attack Jermaine McNair, NC Silver, right? We call them Democrats, the Rainbow Coalition, to the terrorists through them passports, right? Using the passport to use our housing programs, food program, car programs, right? To suck our resources dry. Soon as you suck the resources dry, what they do? Time to jump ship. See, she got the blanket, she got the phone in her hand, and she got the pillow. See how she got this back here in the corner? It's time to go. Cargo. She got her suitcase already packed. Fight, black and white. That's the paperwork. Black and white paperwork. Pen the paper, right? Federal dollars.
So let's not get that twisted. Oh my goodness. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious.
Now, mind Mind you, she in her car. And y'all know I've been doing videos of how they've been stalling out our
You
engine,
cannot be serious.
playing with our cars. You see a code, and as she's saying, you cannot be serious, right? See how she cold and she got the cap on. See how she look different, right? She got a wig on now, right? You see her clothes, right? That's them fighting, right? Fight, fight, black and white. That's her coding with the badges, showing her rankings, right? Breast milk, right? She a breast baby, right? Cause you gotta think the breast babies and the spoon fed babies, right? The plate babies. You gotta think of how they dialogue is, what they talking about with the plate, the full plate, right? So she is a breastplate, right? Gotta think about how they talk, how they make it a body. Allah is a body, right? This is them jumping ship because the money gone. Now the cars, right? Them tearing up our vehicles because they own playing them jobs with OnStar, right? Acting like she dumb, acting stupid, dumb, stupid, and slow, right? That puzzle look too perfect, right? Them in the OnStar jobs right now, air control, right? That's them in them jobs, right? Them quitting the air traffic controller jobs, right? So before she get into the ship, she's inside her car, right? Going to ship, right? She's going to the docket, right? She's in the car, get ready to go to the docket, right? To get on the ship inside the car. I mean inside the house, from the car to the house. You gotta think of how a person do, right? Because they do maritime law. This is what they operate in maritime law, right? The law of the sea, right? Because now they're trying to go from land law to maritime law because they feel like maritime law can get them off, right? Because you got to think they working in terms of black and white paperwork. And this is them trying to loophole the law. Dialogue. We learn the dialogue.
Like God, you, yeah.
Now you notice she keeps saying, my God. Who is the God she referring to, right? Yo. That sounds like some Jay-Z talk all day. Jehovah. Hova. By God, yo. That's that city talk all day, right? That's them asylum seekers all day, right? I mean, because who would be God to them? Beyonce and Jay-Z would be God to them because they would be able to bring them over here, right? And give them a housing voucher, right? Because they all would have worked in those programs and organizations, right? Because you got to think, in the RICO is well organized, even down to her with the two, right? On the neck, with the belt on, right? With the cap, right? With the wig, because this is how they talk. This is their dialogue on who she identified with, who her God is, right? Because Jehovah covered their head, right? Jesus got wigs, so she playing both sides, right? This is a holy war, right? A war that was supposed to be between Jehovah and Jesus, right? The Christians and whoever, right? But their war was divide and conquer, right? Divide and conquer is you take the high road, I'm going to take the low road, and we're going to meet in the middle. And that would be them meeting in the middle, both of them together, right? To take over, right? To conquer what? America. Through hiring them, right? That would be their God because he's giving them a car that he can control. He's giving them a housing voucher he can control, and he's giving them food they can control, right? All off the backs of the American people, us working, right? This is why she don't lose her mind. She has no worries, right? Because he's going to give her another voucher just in a different location. This is why she's coding to say, hey, I need somewhere to go because it's getting hot here. Let's continue to break this a little bit more down, and then we'll go. This is them telling on what they've been doing to the American cars through these jobs.
Okay.
You saw this video, Sabrina? I haven't really seen it all.
And where I'm at with all this. Let me show y'all something. First, let me show y'all the date. Because y'all know who been following me, been knowing the problems that I've been.
Now, she said, y'all know who been following her, right? And they know the date, right? So, obviously, she's talking to somebody who's following her and who's been following her and know the date. So, when she's supposed to be jumping ship, right?
3:30. It's Saturday, October the 25th.
See how she's showing the picture with the earrings, right? The red lipstick, the finger waves, right? Making sure the date and the time, right? It's 3/3, right? March the 30th, right? You got to think about they codes, right? Right? Think about their code, the earrings, right? The Jesus and the Jehovah Witnesses, right? The Christians and the Jehovah Witnesses, the Holy War, right? Them coming together, right? Black, fight, black and white. If us winning on paperwork don't win, then we just gonna tear it down and take it anyway, right? Ain't that what's going on outside? Right? They in the boxing ring in the background in her picture, right? Symbolism, family. She's on pink. Pink is a code, the color they working in, right? Cancer, right? AIDS is cancer, right? She's on Wi-Fi with no battery, right? You gotta think of the symbolism they using, right? That means she's going off the grid real soon, right? She's giving them a time and date at where she at, right? And how soon she's getting ready to do it. And this is what she's getting ready to go to, is Jesus' turn. The Christian's turn, right? Because she don't have the covering, because the covering is the wig now. Without the scarf, right? Jehovah Witnesses have to have a covering, right, on their head, right? These are symbolisms that we learning. She has like an airbag out, kind of, but that'll represent an airbag, right? And that airbag will represent transportation, right? She's out of air. She needs air. She's going underwater.
Do y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure y'all see this. Let me.
Now, mind you, she got an 8-ball on her shirt, right? We all know what an 8-ball in the hood mean, right? 8-ball mean crack, right? You see that white knot right there. So I was wrong about that, because the 8-ball just made sense to that. So what she's saying is she get ready to carry this 8-ball right here, this 8-ball right here with her when she go. She ready. She got her shipment, right? She ready to go. The detour in the background is they want you to focus on her being distraught about her car breaking down. Because that's the message that's coming out their mouth that they saying to us. The dialogue they speaking to each other is in the background in these pictures and how she's moving around with what she has on. Because what I'm reading is, girl, I'm about to jump ship right here. I got everything, got the 8-ball, right? Strapped up with me. I'm ready to go, right? See the water in the background? Ready to go, child. What you doing? What you waiting for? You got your stuff together. You see how wide those eyes is, right? You see that that flame in that wig, and you see how she got that seat with the seat belt. Get in, girl. Get ready to go, right? She getting hot. I got to go. It's getting hot. I got to go. Right? Let's listen to the dialogue they want us to hear, though.
Let me show you this.
Now she want to show us this, right? Now, where would this come in? Her trying to show you something. Right? That's why I said you got to think about these codes, right? Let's stop it right there. Right? Because we working on breaking down their dialogue and them stealing. Now, this is her with the code. Let me make sure it's at the top of the screen. Life as a raven, right? What do a raven? A bird fly, right? See, she got the pink with the bag. Got the glasses, see you later, right? Got the hair straight now. Eyes low. Eyelashes, pink lipstick, right? She's a raven. See the hands on the hip code, right? You see the Botox booties, right? There's Botox all day. We know that. That ain't nothing but bee sting. But to each his own. But this is the code. That's why she showed that before she go inside the ship.
We'll keep rolling out in peace.
Yeah, we ain't doing all that. Let's fast forward. She doing too much. That was her trying to throw some other codes. And y'all go and watch it.
God, all I can say is thank you for confirmation. Thank you for cutting.
Now, mind you, she said, thank you, God, for confirmation, right? Now, you saw all the codes she just threw in there, right? Before she get to this part with her check engine light coming on and her gas been sucked out of her car, right? Listen to how they talking, because this is all the things I've been showing y'all in videos that whoever she know is in her background that she talking to is coding on what they doing to the American people through war. Right? Now, she just let us know before she got here, right? Through all her little quick ads, I told you it's about them jumping ship. Fitness, a workout. Birds of a feather flock together. She letting us know that she wanted to hear birds that carry the drugs around. Right? So when you see them with them pocketbooks and bags, right? The wigs and the glasses, them the ones that's carrying the drugs around. Right? You got to pay attention to what she just told us while she was getting fit. Right? Because cocaine and crack and stuff make you lose weight. And that's what they mean getting fit. Think about the codes. Because why would she put a workout video in here to talk about her car breaking down if she was just in distress? Right? We got to make sense to what they trying to feed us out here.
Thank you for, just thank you.
Finna get gooder. This finna get so gooder. Hear me when I say this.
Now you see, right? She's in the trunk. She went from in the car to in the trunk. She got her boots on the ground, right? Ready to go. Right? We can watch all this bad video. I want y'all to hear her in this house, though. Hold on, let me get her into the house part. See, she got the bag. Now you see.
Okay, y'all. So I had to make this video, and y'all know I got to use my mic with my cord because I still have not yet to order another mic because it's some kind of firewall malfunction with it. I don't know.
Now you notice she said she's having a problem with her mic, right? It's some kind of firewall connection. So she's stating exactly, right, what they are doing again with our devices. You gotta think about how they talking indirectly to each other. That's why he tried to skip through the video at that part. Right? Because that's telling again how they was tearing up the cars. Right? Now they ready to get the vehicles back. Right? They done sucked the loan money dry. Now on to the phone part. Right? Now this is her inside of the house coding. Right? Letting them know she's packed and ready to go. Right? She needs somewhere to stay. Because here come the blanket and here's the pillows. Right? There's no rug here because she's on the rug. Right? So she's letting them know I need to be welcomed in. The welcoming act. Right? Welcome me in. There's the steps. right? Welcome me in. I need a place to sit. That's why she's sitting. Right? You see her pictures in the background? I need a place to call home. I can no longer stay here. It's time to jump ship.
No, it only works when it's on the charger. But I had to do.
See, it only works when it's on the charger. Them tampering with your devices. Right?
We'll sit down video with y'all real quick because I'm not me if I don't be real, if I don't be raw, if I don't be transparent. And this might can help somebody. Everybody thinks that, these content creators, these people that's entrepreneurs just got it all together. In reality,
I know this. And that quick little flip that she did, right? Entrepreneur. She gave a list of organizations she's talking to, right? These are all the people who working in different job positions that she just coded right then, right? That it's time to jump ship, right? Playing with your cars, right? Now playing with your electronic devices through your chargers and stuff like that, right? A charger is another marker that they track themselves with on the highways in the front of houses to let each other know you can come here and stay. These are new codes that they using. Firewall charger, right? A firewall that only works on the charger, right? Firewall is that money. Charger is that federal dollar, right? That they need for housing and their lifestyle, food and such. That's why she's ready to jump ship. That's why it's a problem that federal dollar got cut, the government got cut down, and now all of a sudden they got all these problems when they was living good. And all of them acknowledging a God that brought them over here, right? To get that free federal dollar. So who is she coding? Who is she physically calling a God that will come lay up in there with her in her house? Give her everything she need to call him God, right? That's giving her our tax money, playing God to her for free, shipping her around through a HUD and ship program, a Section 8 program, off the back so they work in America. Boy, you like with Snapchat Queen AI chatbot friend. We gonna decode this thing out. We gonna just break down some codes and dialogue. Y'all go and watch cousin video. He got it going on. Hey, Millionaire Morning Show with Anton. Boy, you like with Snapchat Queen AI chatbot friend. Boy, we just analyzing some videos and some of this dialogue and some of this action that's going on outside so we can know how to cover ourselves in this war on America, right? That these people have came over here to suck our natural resources dry and now ready to jump ship because that federal dollar is no longer in play. This is what our federal dollar was paying for. And now it's no longer paying for that. They jumping ship. I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back.